All right, let's talk about the future. Forget about those static websites you're used to, the ones that are basically just online brochures. Today, we're taking a look at the massive leap from that into a fully interactive Web3 command center. Seriously, this isn't just a website, it's the new front door for entire digital ecosystems. So let's dive into the blueprint. For the longest time, a website was just a digital business card. It talked at you, it gave you information, and that was about it. Well, in the world of Web3, that's practically ancient history. The future isn't about that one-way street. It's about a two-way, dynamic gateway. It's a place where you don't just go to read, you go there to act. And that right there is the fundamental shift from a simple page to a powerful platform. So what does this actually look like when the rubber meets the road? Well, a perfect case study is the strategy behind this Sigma Nexus. This project really captures that command center philosophy. It's not a site you just visit and click around on. It's the entry point, the gateway to a whole new financial and community ecosystem. And what's driving this whole thing is a really powerful three-part mission. First, it's about decentralized sovereignty, giving individuals true, undeniable control over their own assets. Second, it's about empowering the African diaspora with brand new financial tools. And third, and this is the part that ties it all together, it's about linking the physical world to the blockchain by turning real things into digital tokens. Okay, so you've got this massive, ambitious vision. How in the world do you translate that into a design that just feels right? Well, you start by creating a whole new visual language. The team behind Sigma Nexus came up with this concept they call fintech noir, a style that's designed to feel authoritative, super secure, and cutting edge, all at the same time. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because every single choice here is deliberate. That deep obsidian background, it gives you a sense of stability, of seriousness. But then you get that pop of asset gold for buttons and calls to action, which immediately makes you think of value. And just look at the typography. A clean, readable sans serif for most text, but a sharp monospace font for data, which just leans right into that code is law ethos of the whole blockchain world. And this design is anything but static. It actually feels alive. You have these little micro interactions that make images of physical assets literally glow and transform into digital notes. There's a live ledger, kind of like a ticker, that shows you the constant activity happening right on the blockchain. That builds trust through radical transparency. And yeah, forget boring stock photos. The imagery here is all about these abstract, interconnected data nodes, reinforcing that idea of a living, breathing network. So that's the whole vibe, the look and feel of the platform. But what about the engine running under the hood? How does a real, physical thing, let's say a bar of gold or a ton of coffee, actually become a digital token you can trade inside this command center? Well, it all comes down to this one core concept: real-world asset tokenization, or RWA tokenization. To put it simply, it's the process of creating a unique, verifiable digital certificate on the blockchain that represents your ownership of a real-world thing. That token basically becomes the digital twin of the physical asset. In this journey from the physical world to the digital one isn't just random. It's a super carefully structured four-step bridge. It all starts with verifying the actual asset in the real world. Then, a solid legal framework is wrapped around it, making the ownership rights crystal clear. After that, the digital token is officially minted on the blockchain. And finally, that new token enters the marketplace, ready for action. Okay, so now we get the philosophy and we get the tech. But what's it actually like for someone to use this platform? Let's take a quick spin through the user experience. Right off the bat, you'll notice it's not structured like a normal website. There's no About Us or Services page. Instead, it's a functional flow. The alpha is your mission control, your home base. The forge is where you go to access the marketplace. The vault is all about transparency and security documents. And the diaspora is the community hub. Each name tells you exactly what its purpose is. And check this out. This is a user story, a direct quote from the development team. It shows you exactly what that functional approach means in practice. It's not about vague features. It's about enabling specific, powerful actions for the user. They need to see the asset, the price, where it is in the real world, and the on-chain proof, all in one clear, simple view. And all of this leads to the most crucial point. On a traditional website, the main goal is to get you to fill out a form, or maybe make a phone call, right? Here, the entire experience is built around one single primary action: Connect Wallet. That's it. That's your key, your passport, and your identity all rolled into one. It's the gate you walk through to actually participate in the ecosystem. So let's zoom out for a second. We've seen the design, the tech, the user experience. But why does building a command center like this really matter in the grand scheme of things? It matters because of a core design principle the team calls the transformative thrust. The idea is simple, but so powerful. The platform's job isn't just to inform you, it's to move you. Every single element is designed to guide you from just looking at information to actually interacting with it, pushing you one step closer to taking an action on the blockchain. In this world, there are absolutely no dead ends, only on-ramps. And while all this sounds super futuristic, it's grounded in a very real-world constraint. For the African context this project is targeting, an estimated 90% of users will be accessing it on a mobile device. That means true digital sovereignty has to be mobile first. Every complex Web3 feature, from connecting your wallet to making transactions, has to work perfectly on the screen in your hand. Which, at the end of the day, leaves us with one final massive question to chew on. This is a blueprint for making physical assets liquid, transparent, and globally treatable. So if anything, from a bar of gold to a ton of coffee to a piece of real estate, can be represented and exchanged on-chain, what does ownership truly mean in the future?